Ooh, neat.
And you're invited as well as me. Would you like to stay for that? 5 o'clock.
Are you
She's
broadcasting
leaving
on my
at 5:30,
channel?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. You want to go see Tinker Super Spy?
Okay, so I'm
No.
broadcasting on your channel. I'm in the game lobby. I adjusted the streaming settings. Anything we're leaving out?
Sorry.
I need to spam the hyperlink where?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'm good on that. What is that? A movie?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Oh.
Who are we playing?
University of Miami. Put the
Yeah.
stuff up. You got it.
Fishing! Fishing, fishing, fishing!
I'm posting it.
I did. That I cleaned it like 2 days ago, and now it's like looking like shit. Maybe it's just taking a lot of boops.
And bops.
Because I didn't like. I don't know. The red stuff is food, but it is like super murky in there for some reason. I don't know why.
Alright, are you ready to go?
Ready to fight.
I am ready to go. I'm gonna end this call, okay?
Okay. Wait, why are we
Alright.
going to end the call if we're going to
I am ending the call.
Oh,
'cause
you're
I'm
playing, right, of
so.
course. Alright, I'm going to broadcast this solo then. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Collegiate Starleague viewers who are watching Ichi representing U.S. Air Force Academy versus Slightlyoff, the Zerg player from University of Miami. This is round 1 on MOG Metalopolis. We got a nice split from the Zerg player and the terrible garbage split from the NCC character. So, Terran versus Zerg. Pretty fun matchup to see. Marine tanks, occasional Banshee. We'll see how it goes up from there. We got Slightlyoff sending his Overlord over to the lower right. Checking at the income tab. Got a couple of students here talking student business. And because it's important, not only must you study StarCraft 2, but you must study to get a degree and function in real life. At least that's what the system tells people. Okay. He's throwing down a geyser at 13 supply. We see the Zerg player is droning heavily, has not thrown down his spawning pool at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I am personally a Protest player, and if I don't see a spawning pool that early, I think that he is going to do some hard economy play. And here you see the expansion going down for the Zerg player. He is going to try to macro up and then hit some type of timing push after that 2 base. Meanwhile, the Terran player, Ichi, got his gas, pretty standard opening, barracks. We'll see where he's going to from there. The spawning pool is just barely thrown down at 2 minutes and 53 seconds. It's not too late in the game. It's a safe way to fight any Marine push that comes in about the 4:30 mark. Agitation, of course, always required with that early scout drone. You gotta try to get the Terran player to pull out an SCV. This case, the Marine is able to take care of it, no problem. economy was unaffected. Mule thrown down, and Scout going up the Zerg base. What is he seeing? We are seeing he scouts the late spawning pool. Let's see what he tries to do in response to that. He's thrown down the factory already. He knows that he's not going to see much pressure from lair tech units in the near future. Roaches maybe if he throws down a Warren. But he's scouting, he sees the hatchery popping, and he throws down more SCVs along with that factory. He may try to do some Hellion harass, knowing that he's only going to have Zerglings to protect, maybe with a couple spine crawlers. Let's look at the Zerg player. What does the Zerg player see? If I can get the right key, there it is. The Zerglings going out, checking the positions, checking for anything. I see this little Zergling's rallied around. Maybe he's looking for a proxy barracks for in case there's a timing push, because if there is a timing push, two barracks will end him right now. He has nothing for defense except his queen and a few Zerglings. As strong as drones are, Marines beat drones any day. That is, unless the Marines are cornered. Transferring over the factory to the reactor, we are going to see some Hellion play. Good response to that early macro build the Zerg player is doing, and we see another command center going down. Ichi knows he must get ahead because drones will kill you. As fearsome as they are, drones, Marines cannot beat the drone when it comes to you know, the power of a good economy. Doesn't matter how well you do in the battlefield, if you're ahead macroly, you just hold the line, you will win. So he's going to do some harassment. Let's see what the Zerg player is doing in response. He's getting a hatchery done. I would expect to see some spine crawlers, but surprisingly none. You see an Evo chamber to throw down some AA in case you see some Banshee harass. Maybe that's what's going through his mind. Maybe he's thinking, well, I got no AA, save for 1 or 2 queens, and we can see some Banshees tear up my min line. I do not want that. But now that he sees the Hellions, let's see what his response is. There, the spine crawlers. He's throwing them down now, but it may be a little too late. It depends how fast he works. Ichi's going in, toasting a couple Zerglings, not seeing enough damage though, killing some creep tumors, always fun. Forces a cancel on the creep tumor, or he kills it rather. You don't cancel creep tumor. Scoring some damage on the Hellions. Got one trapped. Tough to micro those Hellions and do some good macro play. Following back at his base, we see that he is throwing down his mules. He got his factory with a tech lab. Going to do some tank development. He's about to transfer over his orbital command to his natural, but he won't transfer it over until he has secure defense perimeter around his natural. Let's see what the lost tab is like. The Zerg player has been losing a little bit from that Hellion push. Overall, an effective exchange. He didn't lose anything in terms of production. Income is about on par with each other, which is good. He hasn't been forced to use any scans. Of course, we're not dealing with protests here, so he has no need for scans. Now he's throwing down the spine crawlers. It would have been nice to see those happen earlier, but what are you going to do? We got the Evo Chamber in case you see some Banshee harass and Banelings. Let's see what the Banelings are going to do. We got a army composition, a lot of Hellions, lining them up. Hardly any bio. I don't predict that the Baneling nest will do any good for him here. Of course, how can you predict that he's going to go this heavy Hellions? Especially after you throw down all those spine crawlers. You think you're safe from Hellions, but 4 Hellions dicking around at the front. He sees that he's going heavy Hellion. He may respond with a Warch Warren. Instead, he's going to Spire. Hellions cannot shoot up. So it's as good as the splash damage and light damage it gets. Not going to help him there. Really committing to the Hellions here. I'm really interested to see what he is going to do here. Spectator commenting that there is 1 gas missed at the main. Of course, do not see what he is referring to. Maybe I just missed it. Looking at the income tab, we see both players on par. Units lost tab, Zerg player may appear to be behind, following the army.
SCV ready.
And what do you know?
Our forces are under attack.
We do have a changeling at the tower. That is very clever of him. Well, I want to say it's clever. You can hide a Zergling up there, but it's really neat. We see the Hellion tank push with a little Marauder in case you see some roaches, but we do not see a roach form. But once that Spire pops out, he is going to be in trouble. So many Hellions indeed. Following, I think it was Marine King Prime with the line it up. Gotta love those Hellions, but those Hellions can only do so much damage. We're gonna have to see. Oh, well, you know, there is a supply block, but 2 supply depots are coming online, so it's not too bad of a deal. He has barracks here without any
Research complete.
attachments on them. He's taking too long to set up this line. By the time he sets up the attack, the Mutalisks are going to be ready.
Under attack.
He has no AA. This is not going to bode well, as the Mutalisks will be able to just annihilate the Hellions as they run away. The tanks will be gone. The tanks are going to have to hit the hills, go home. What is Ichi trying to concentrate on? We see him doing a lot of micro with the Hellion, trying to get as much damage, tearing up the Hellion. The Hellions are tearing up the mineral line. Did they do the damage? Let's look at the drone count. They did not do the damage needed. Although he is ahead with mules, he may be. It's safe to say that, in fact, I'm wrong. He is ahead on the economy. But he has nothing that shoots up, and Mutalisks are coming in, and they are coming in hard. You can see that he is throwing down 3 Marines. Is not going to be enough. He's going down the armory so he can get some Thors out. But is he going to get it in time? He's got 3 factories going, 1 reactor. He's going to heavy mech play. The tanks are going away. No missile turrets indeed, and he has the money. He has money in the bank, and so do the Zergler. They're both letting themselves go to micro. Looking at the APM tab, they are both heavily engaged in the micro here, but ultimately the macro is slipping on both players, banking over 1,000 minerals, 700 gas for the Terran player. He's trying to get out those Thors. Let's see what he's got. Missile turrets are going down 3. He's letting the bases do tanking damage, because as strong and annoying as Mutalisks are, they do not have the DPS to do serious damage to infrastructure. Missile turrets are down. Damage going on here. Going back to the home base. We're checking out. He's got nothing but upgrades going on there. Missile turret not completed, although so close. The Marines, the Mutalisks are doing such damage to the mineral line. And the Zerglings are cleaning up. This may be GG, as the Terran production facilities are not going to come up fast enough. There's his first Thor. He's going to have to hold the line. He can lift up those command centers. He should have lifted up those barracks. Maybe he's making the Zerglings tank. The Mutalisks are now null and void here, but will it matter, because he's got Zerglings in his main. And this is GG, everyone.
SCV ready.
That's what happens when you don't have any AA and you take too long to do any serious damage to the Hellions. It was a nice all-in. I want to say it was an all-in, but it was a nice effort on Ichi's part. Congratulations to Slightlyoff for getting the first win in the series of University of Miami versus Air Force Academy. Reviewing the graphs. Alright. I will sign out and be right back on momentarily as I take a quick break. Thank you for joining in. See you for the next match in this game in the series.